Welcome to Amazing Buys, where we discuss shopping, fragrance, and do reviews. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the notification bell, like and subscribe, and let's see what's new at Bath& Body Works. Starting off with the candles, I did find these White Barn candles in Luxe Cotton, so these are very fresh. We've already seen these in wallflower refill forms, but I do enjoy these first two. I was not a fan of Lullaby Linen in candle form. There's something about that sweet apple and rainwater notes that I just wasn't a fan of. Now, this is neat. So they have dual wallflower plugs. At first, I thought you can mix up two different scents, but it actually changes every 2 days. This is going for $16.95. Is this a brand new product or has Bath& Body Works had this before? Let me know in the comment section. For the hand sanitizer sprays, I went over Vanilla Whip. I did spot Strawberry Bite and Blush Petals. For Strawberry Bite, it does have a plasticky synthetic strawberry scent. Blush Petals smells like a very light floral. I feel like Vanilla Whip is the best out of the three. Covered in Roses has returned with its beautiful packaging. Currently, the app says that these mini perfumes are going for $8, but they have put out the full body care in my store. They just started putting it out. When it comes to the everyday luxury line, Covered in Roses was talked about a lot. I feel like it was a fan favorite. I personally have the older version and I like it. Now, this packaging is way better, but I would say that the smell is consistent between all of the products. Now they have this in soap, candles, and body butter. Of course, we know the body butter is going for $20.95. And I do want to mention that this one doesn't have shimmer in it. So, of course, we have the body lotion. Now, when it comes to the prices, this is still an everyday luxury scent. So it is going to be $1 difference between the regular products. But like I said, Covered in Roses is an amazing scent if you like florals. And unlike the new additions to the Everyday Luxury collection, this actually has strength to it and longer lasting and smells like the OGs. Girl, we are going to get into it in a minute, but they did bring back the original rose in new packaging just in time for their spring collection. The packaging is cute. I wasn't expecting to see this here, so it was a nice surprise. My store is also just putting this out, so I didn't get footage of the mist, but you can expect the full collection out. Okay, let's get into Nocturnal Rose. So I did a review on their candle already. They fully have the body care out now for men. Guys, this does smell different from the wallflower and the candle. So again, the scent notes to this is black pepper, wild rose, and cedarwood. As far as the body care, this has like a strong, I want to say it's something like ginger presence to it, like a fresh ginger scent. It doesn't smell bad, but it's very, very noticeable. It's very bright, and then it starts to settle down into what I described before. So that nighttime scent, you detect the rose, you detect like the spices. I know it says black pepper, but it's still kind of subtle. So I would still stand by what I said with this being unisex. Like I said, my husband said that it wasn't something he would personally wear, but it was an interesting scent. My son said he wouldn't wear it either, but it was different, and I agree with that. So I'm curious to know what you guys would think about Nocturnal Rose. Let's get into the everyday luxury scents. First, we have Always Fleur. This has notes of sparkling pear, silky rose petals, and cedar musk. Someone in my comment section said that they think that this is a dupe of Kayali's Fleur Majesty, which judging by the name, I can probably agree to that. So when I was like, taking that into consideration and I looked up Givenchy's Irresistible, which I assumed that this was a dupe of based off of the notes. Listen, all three of these have very similar notes, but let me tell you this, judging by the scent, guys, this is closer to Givenchy's Irresistible because Kayali's turns into like a violet woody scent. If you go back and watch my review, I described how that scent changed. This one doesn't change. It smells like a very bright rose scent, which I remember Givenchy Irresistible smelling like. It kind of smells like it's a mixture of florals and not just rose in here. I'm not really picking up the pear note or really the cedar musk. It has a very light sheer musk in the background. Now, speaking of sheer and what I was saying earlier, this is not a good dupe of Givenchy Irresistible in general. This smells so light. I sprayed this so many times on the tester and on my skin trying to figure out where is the scent at. So while this does smell good, I just feel like there's better dupes out there that are nowhere near as watered down as this. So while like I said it smells good, it's very disappointing on the strengths of these everyday luxury collections, especially because with the past releases, we know that they can put some strength in these. Next is Eau de Coconut, which this has notes of coconut milk, tropical lily, and vanilla sandalwood. Now, I guess that this was a dupe of Victor and Rolf's Flower Bomb Tiger Lily, but now after smelling this, I'm not so sure. So something that kind of threw off my thoughts about this is that this was probably the lightest out of this collection. Again, I sprayed and sprayed and sprayed more than the Fleur one. And this hands down was the lightest out of this whole collection. So my store is just putting this out. This is the only one that they had a body cream for. And I actually layered it just to get some scent out of it. And the body cream was not helping much with this. So I'm not exactly sure what this is a dupe of. I do pick up the coconut in there, the tropical flower, but it's not anywhere near as potent as Flower Bomb Tiger Lily. So this was disappointing because I was really excited for Eau de Coconut the most, but this is a complete pass for me. Even if this was discounted on a sale, like I'm not getting this. Okay, let's get into the next one, which is Hello Happiness. So we know this is a Clinique Happy dupe, which I'm familiar with that scent. That perfume has been around for a long time. This has notes of sparkling citrus, bright apple blossom, and golden mimosa. So again, I am not too much of a fan of Bath& Body Works apple blossom note. Is this a bad scent? No. Does it remind me of Clinique's Happy? It does, again, but it's way lighter than the OG. But it is stronger than any of the new body mist in this new everyday luxury collection. And that's not really saying much. I feel like I have enough citruses in my collection. This isn't really a unique citrus. It's not the brightest they had. It's not the sweetest. Like I said earlier, it's just not unique enough for me to want to add to my collection. So this is another pass for me. Now, my store did not have salted shorelines yet, so I am going to come back tomorrow to review that. But let's review Love Unleashed. So we do know that this is a Killian Love Don't Be Shy dupe. Further notes, it says sugar pink pepper, warm neroli, and whipped marshmallow. So this does have the DNA of Love Don't Be Shy, but imagine like just pouring water in it. This is super light. Again, there are so many dupes of Love Don't Be Shy Dossier, which I've reviewed in the past, which is a very close dupe of the OG. I don't know what happened, Bath& Body Works, but you guys completely dropped the ball on this new collection. This watered down mess is not only not worth the price, but I don't feel like I would even pick up any of these when you guys have your body care sales. This is a complete pass for me. Like I said, I will go back tomorrow and review the rest of the new collections that came out, but I'm curious to know what you guys are going to think about this. Thank you for watching, and as always, have fun, stay blessed, and happy shopping.